Give me an O. Give me an O. Louder, give me a U. Give me a D, Cape Town. Loud, they're on stage, Cape Town Festival. Let's give them a huge, loud round of applause.
We do have a disability. Sometimes we walk slower, sometimes we speak harder. We as people with disabilities need to come to terms with that. And then we need to decide what's the way forward. Are we going to allow this to restrict us? Or are this going to make us stronger? Are we going to allow this to make us stronger and move forward? Audibility is an organization that's geared towards creating sustainability for people with disabilities. And I think part of me belonging to that organization is the group Loud, you know, that is a musical group. I realize that within the disability sector there are lots of talented musicians. So me being a musician and, you know, seeing all the talent around me, it would be a natural process to start a group. The band could be seen as a protective environment, but I'm very hard on the musicians because we need to be on top of our game. And you know, what we try and do with music is train musicians with disabilities and also market them as musicians and thus creating sustainable income for them. In my experience with placing people in employment, people are now looking for soft disabilities. The two types of disabilities that's hardest to place is completely blind and wheelchair-bound individuals. The world is moving at a fast pace out there, and we need to keep up with it. That's why we as people with disabilities needs to be on top of our game. People don't always know how to treat us and all of that. There's lots of work to do. I need to deal with it. I need to overcome my fears and my obstacles. More fear of being rejected. You know, fear of being embarrassed, of embarrassing myself, fear of disappointment. And that, if you look at those fears that I've mentioned now, it's not just fears that would necessarily be fears to a person with a disability. It's fears, it could be fears to anybody. You know, it's general fears. So it's not that I'm scared to cross the road, because you know what? I'm trained to cross a road. I could go completely blind. I'm trained to read Braille. I'm very well prepared for that. You know, but it's the fear of not being accepted, it's the fear of not being able to support myself and my loved ones, it's the fear of not getting an opportunity. There is the rejection coming in, so forth.
Ibrahim, he knows all the drills, he knows everything, so you don't just want people to pity you and say, oh, shame, they are just disabled, you should just think about it. It should be there, it should be up with the grades. So it's really been a good experience to be in this team. I'm a more inward person, and even that comes through in my music. When you listen to music that I'm writing, it's more from a deeper space. But if I could have a chance to be born again, I wouldn't want to be a person with a disability. I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be a much better guitarist. I don't want, you know, I want to help people on a bigger scale, and I want to be able to drive a car.